smells like spike protein. Hello everyone. Today's video we're talking about passive and active income and how to have multiple sources of income so you can get some of this cash money right here. So, my name is Autumn Asphodel. I am a coach dedicated to helping you bring in the money. That's loaded with spike protein, I guess. So, enjoy the video, and I'm sure you'll find it interesting. Are you living paycheck to paycheck, barely able to afford the things you need to survive? This is the place many people find themselves in, and it's quite unsettling that so many do not even have enough spare money to pay for emergencies. This problem is a combination of both society, since it often doesn't value hard work, as well as paying practically nothing for tedious and bad jobs that don't require any skills, in addition to poor money management on the user's end. I did a video about managing your money, so be sure to check that out. It covers the groundwork of having some passive forms of income. We're going to be diving more in depth with passive versus active income and why it's important to have multiple sources of income. Active income is the money you make by doing work. It is people's primary source of income. If one loses their job, so goes their active income. Passive income is money that works for you all day, every day, and often does not require your intervention to make it. Passive income also tends to be less than active income. So money is a part of our society. We don't need money to survive in, the sense that we have to have it, but at the same time, we kind of do in order to purchase the things that are necessary in order for us to survive. So, when it comes to bringing in the money here, if you were to think about your life, do you have a primary active source of income and no other alternative sources? If so, then that is a big problem, especially with inflation and other financial concerns, because what if you get terminated from your job? What if you get fired? Do you have enough money as a backup? These are all questions you should be asking, because if you don't have an answer to these, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, then that is a really, really big problem. So, you have to find some alternative ways to make money on the side to help build and grow that so you are more financially independent. How can you have more passive income that works in the background? Well, it comes down to identifying ways of having the money you make through your active income work for you in the background as you slowly build it up through passive income. Some forms of passive income can give you quite a bit of money. For example, an active income would be your typical job of working at a restaurant or a store. Not favorable jobs, and they don't pay much. The money you make from them can be put into a long-term interest-bearing savings account, a retirement account, the stock market, cryptocurrency, and other assets that grow in value over time. This is passive income, since you're making money here and there with your investments. Your $100 investment could be $110 tomorrow if you start today, and that money can grow even more in time. Another form of passive income is active income that turns passive. For example, you have a website where you review various products and earn commission for each referral. Your main audience will sign up and buy the products when you put out a new review. But since your previous reviews and work are still online, people, years later, often find the reviews you've written and you earn commission when they purchase something. This means you'll make money even when you're sleeping at any point in the day without you doing anything. You want to think long term, so find a way to put your money away and have it work for you without spending it. The problem with inflationary currency like the US dollar is that trillions can be printed out of thin air, depreciating its value since it has no real value. While the face value of a $1 bill will always be 1, the goods and services they can buy become less and less. Think about when your grandmother told you that a loaf of bread and a candy bar used to cost just a few cents. Now think about the price of it. Then think what your grandchildren will be paying. If you're holding cash, your money is depreciating in value since it is an inflationary currency. I used to recommend bank accounts with high interest, but can no longer recommend them since the vast majority of them now pay abysmal interest compared to other methods of saving money. One method is the stock market. If you have a retirement plan with your employer, then your money is in the stock market. The wealthiest people also have many of their money in assets that appreciate in value. Picking the right high-value stocks, such as Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Broadcom, and Qualcomm, pay not only a dividend, but also grow over time. These companies are stable and the price of their stock increase over time, meaning that a $100 investment in one of these companies today could be worth double in a year or two. There are multiple sites you can use to buy and purchase stocks. One of my favorites is M1 Finance. If you use my link and fund your account, you can get up to $50 for free. Another great one is Webull and Robinhood, which will give you free stocks if you sign up using my link. The stock market is great for long-term growth, but there is another way, which is cryptocurrency. It is much like the stock market, but far more volatile, which can be unsettling for some. If you cannot handle risk, it may not be best for you. Coinbase is one of the most well-known gateways to purchase cryptocurrency. You can get free Bitcoin if you use my link. With crypto, there are what's called stablecoins that are, as the name implies, stable and pegged to the US dollar. One stablecoin equals $1 US, and deviations from this price are minuscule. You may be wondering, what is the purpose of holding a stablecoin if it won't increase in value? Well, there are a few platforms that will pay high interest on various cryptocurrencies, including stablecoins. Some rates are even over 10% APY, meaning $1,000 invested today could be $1,100 in a year, just in interest. This is far higher than any bank account will give you. The platforms I recommend are Celsius and BlockFi. If you use my link, you can get free Bitcoin. To have multiple sources of income is to use your active income and invest it for long-term growth, as well as find shorter-term ways to put your money to good use that'll earn you even more money while you sleep. Money, while it is for spending on goods and services, should first be looked at strategically, finding ways of maximizing what you have and multiplying it. Would you rather be paid $100 and spend it on $100 worth of items? Or would you rather turn that $100 into $1,000 in time and then use that? Think long-term and find ways of maximizing your profits, and you'll be in good standing. Let me know how this works for you. Have a great day. So active income is when you're working on something and you get paid for doing that work. Passive income is money that just gets generated in the background depending on whatever it is that you put it into. Some examples of passive income is putting your money into the stock market. Cryptocurrencies is another great passive form of income. Or if you have a certain type of active work that kind of turns out to be passive when it comes to you creating a website, you selling things, and then it's out there forever. Anyone can end up finding it at a later time, and you could be making money when you're asleep, and you could be making sales when you're sleeping left and right. You're just bringing in all the sales. You're not getting paid directly for your active work, but you're getting paid passively as well. So it's so important to have multiple sources of income, whether that be a tiny little one, such as, your bank account interest, that could be considered a form of income, or if it's your active work. And personally, for a very long time, I've had many sources of income, and at this point I want to say it's probably close to 10 or so different sources that my money's coming in. I could group them together into larger sources. Like I could have one with investments, that could be one big source, and then there's other ones with website and blogging and that sort of thing, another one with coaching, and there's multiple different things I could group it into if I were to go that route. But independent sources, we're talking there's a great deal of income that's coming in from all different types of sources. So I feel comfortable because if something happens to one of them, I have the other alternative sources that do help me. So that is what you had to find. find alternative sources. Don't rely on just one source, because with inflation, with unexpected things that may happen around your home that maybe you need to get fixed, maybe you don't have the money for it, maybe just termination of your job, whatever it is, you have to have a backup. So have a backup and have multiple sources of income, and you will feel pretty good. You really will. So be sure to check out the amazing merchandise over at Asphodel Shop. This is one of my passive forms of income. Tons of people will buy these things. Here you go. Purchase them and get that amazing merchandise right there. So I want to thank you all so very much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts on this topic. Let me know how you have succeeded with financial freedom. I'm really curious to know. So you all take care, have a great one, and I'll catch you later.